Hey, what's going on? Back at y'all with another live. It's Thursday. You know how we do. We like to get these strategy sessions in. I'm also going to be bringing my brother on. As soon as he hop on, we're going to get things rolling as usual. And basically what this is going to be about is to help you stop robbing Peter to pay Paul. Right? I know it's a lot of people out there. The IRS says that 80% of people overpay in taxes, which means that about that many people, which is what is that? About 101 million Americans are overpaying in taxes. So that means that most of them are living check to check. All right. So, like I said, I'm waiting for my mans to hop on. He should be on here any minute now, and then we're gonna get rolling. But for now, we'll just kind of buy some time, and then I'll get my main mans on here and share this out to some more people. If you're just hopping on, definitely go ahead and hit the share button. We're gonna get this thing rocking here as soon as my man got hops on. What's going on, Sheikah Davis? Good to see you on here. If anybody, if this is your first time, seeing me, hold up, give me a second. What's going on, Jeremy? What's good? What's good, brother? Let me give Sheikah Davis a wave. Like I said, if this is your first time, you've never seen me, you don't know who I am. My name is Rakeem Madison. If you didn't see it from the top of the live, I show people how to fix their finances, how to go from negative cash flow to positive cash flow. All right. So, like I said, I'm waiting for my mans to hop on. He should be on any minute. What's going on, Weatherford? Good to see you on here. I know it's kind of late, so we may have a lot of people. We may or may not. It depends. I planned on doing this a little bit earlier. All right, so what's going on, Christiana Clark? Good to see you on here. All right, let me send my man's another invite. If let's just in case he didn't get it. Let's see. He should have got it. So we're just waiting for you, boy. So we'll just buy some time. Jeremy says all you grind time. Definitely, brother. Just putting the work in. What's going on, Red Felton? Good to see you on here. Some of these names I'm seeing time and time again each and every time we do this. So I really appreciate, you guys hopping on and just, rocking it out with us. All right. Let me give me a second. Let me hit my man's up so we can get this thing started. Let's see here. All right. Just a moment. Okay, there we go. Okay, my boy just hopped on. Should be any minute now. Hopefully Facebook ain't acting up. I know how that can be. All right, so it says adding, so I don't know, maybe it's trying to go through. I'm not 100% sure. What's going on, Carrie Stoke? Good to see you on here. Got my boy Rico just hopped on. It still says adding, bro. Yeah, I don't know. It's I just wait. You should probably pop in a bit. Hold up. Let's see. Hey, okay. So yeah, it said connection failed. So I'm gonna send. All right, you send me one, and then I'll just accept it like that. What's going on, James Williams, brother? Send me one, and then I'll accept it and see if it'll work that way. But it said connection failed, brother. Should be back on here in a minute. Um, no, I still say invited. James on here. What's good, man? What's good? Yeah, it won't. So it won't let me send you another invite, brother. Like it's basically showing that I already sent it. So you would have to send it to me, probably for it to work. Honestly. So what's up? What's going on, y'all? While we waiting on my mans to get on, what's going on with y'all? Where y'all coming in from? James says life is great. Awesome, brother. Awesome. All right, so I got your thing. I'm gonna see if it let you. Okay, so let's say adding. We're gonna see what happened. I don't know. It's giving me that. Hold up. Come on, Facebook. Start with the games. James Williams, Colorado Springs, brother. That's what's up. You would happen to be in you would happen to be in the military, would it? I'm thinking that if I remember right, that's the area.
What's
If I'm
up?
not mistaken. What's up, Rico, man? What's good, man?
My bad, man. It's been so bombarded, man. So bombarded.
Hey, man, I saw, man. I had hopped on that Zoom call, but I had caught it at the end though. Yeah.
Yes, man. Yeah, man, it was crazy. How y'all doing? What's up, James? What's up, Jermaine? Yo, Jermaine, you look like Big Sean, man. I always think he's Big Sean when I see him. On your friends, it says, it'll say, the friends you may know.
What's going on, Matt Andrews? Good to see you on here, brother.
What's up, y'all?
James Williams is
lit.
retired. Oh yeah, that's what's up, brother. That's what's up.
What's up, Travis?
What's going on, Travis?
That's a good feeling, brother. That's a blessed feeling. It's a great feeling. You're retired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. We young, man. I mean, I don't work anymore for now, but you know, it's a bless, man. It's a blessing, man. It's all God. Straight up.
For sure, man. Hey, man, you be all right, man. Man, what did you say for now, man? You'll be all right, man. Hey, we got that good stuff, though, man. That good stuff, man.
Oh, you got some more? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
oh, yeah. Ooh. You about to make me go to the store some too. Y'all gotta get some of that coconut water.
Hey, so I was doing some more research, man, and I found out a few more things, like with the meals and the entertainment. So I'll probably talk with you offline, but it's a slight change from like 2017, 2018. So it's just some different stuff. I probably, like I said, it's a bit, so I'll give it to you offline.
Right. What's up, Zanquisha? What's up, Jason?
What's up, Zanquisha?
Yo, I'm about to get one myself. About to go to the store get the cooker. You sipping it too good.
that one good, man. That one came straight out of the refrigerator, man. Jason Coffee says, "What up? What's good, man? What's good?" Hey, Zanquisha. Hey, Jeremy says, my guy's about to drop money bags. For sure, brother. For sure. You already know, man.
You already know, brother. I know you get that all the time, saying you look like Big Sean, man. I know I ain't the first person. They see your profile picture.
Hey, based on that profile picture, you kind of do. Until you see the long hair.
Oh, okay. You got the long hair. Okay.
Yeah.
His brother.
So, we don't want to, we just kind of fooling off right now. Just kind of waiting on a few more people. Let me actually share this out a little bit more, and then we're going to get started.
Yeah. What's up, Kim? Kim, man, you the MIA guy, buddy. I see you popping up every now and then, man. We gotta get to know you, man. I don't know what you do, brother. Let me send some invites out too.
Yeah.
As well. Our phone is just working real slow today. Shout out to my brother Rakeem, man. I use this guy as a testimonial. I tell people all the time, get that W-4 form of justice. This guy's a living proof. You can take your income from your average income to $1,400 in a month. Hey, brother, you don't mind me asking, you get paid weekly?
I get paid twice a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even that, guys. I mean, this guy, my phone was forever loading. I don't know why it's not loading. But then this guy's a living proof. I mean, he literally went from his average check to $1,400 extra on his paycheck. And I'm blessed to have this brother as a teammate.
For sure, bro.
Because, man, he inspires me, man. And I use him as an example as well. So, I mean, you guys sitting on the gold mine. I'm learning from everybody that is actually, I'm actually, in my circle, man. So this guy's full of value. I love Joe. And we about to really educate you guys and kill it, man. I just made a sale today. So, guys.
What's going on, Pearl?
Get on.
What's going on? What's going on, Khadisha Bell? Good to see you on here. Oh, they're talking about your phone right now.
Yeah, it always going off, man. All the time.
So we gonna get started. Like I said, definitely share this out, especially for for people that's already involved. Get this out to other people because somebody may catch this, get some knowledge, and then you could just have them reach out to you. All right. So make sure you share it if you're already in, and then for people, maybe you got a friend that you know going through some stuff right now, and maybe they is robbing Peter to pay Paul. Maybe you could share this with them, right? And then that way you can help them. If you decide to get started, you can go ahead and help them get right as well. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. All right. So we're gonna be talking about a concept, and it goes 2, 4, 3. Okay. So there's 2 objectives, there's 4 challenges, and there's 3 solutions to those 4 challenges. All right. Let me put this phone down. You see that I'm too close, so I just got the wording in front of me. What's going on, Naeem? Good to see you on here, brother. All right, so let's get into it. So the 2 objectives that we all have, right? You have your current lifestyle and you have your future lifestyle, okay? Your current lifestyle should be paid for by labor, which is your 9-to-5 job. 95% of people work a 9-to-5 job, right? I know you probably heard the quote, and I think it's like, what is it? Like 3% of people make all the money, basically. Basically is what the quote says. So most people make their money with a job, so that's where your current lifestyle should be fed from. All right. Now your future lifestyle should be paid for by investments, meaning you shouldn't be working when you're real old in age, right? You shouldn't be continuing to work because you're old, right? You should be enjoying your life right now. You shouldn't be, still at a job. And, I don't rag on people who I see that are old because, they're trying to, stay ahead, right? I'm not going to rag on them, but myself, I don't want to be working at that age. You know what I mean? I want to be having my money work for me. And you should have that same mindset. Like, I don't want to be working, right? Eventually, it's either you're going to want to stop working, or they're going to fire you, right? So you got to make a decision to start investing in yourself early. So when you get to the point where you're like, oh, I don't want to do this no more, I'll just quit my job, right? Or if they do decide to fire you, you're good to go because you collected all the money. And we're going to get into, how you can get that extra money going as well, but that'll be a little bit towards the middle. So just stick with it. All right. So those are the 2 objectives, right? Current lifestyle and your future lifestyle. What's going on, Kay Gates? What's going on, Kevin Kenton? Good to see you on here, brother.
Okay.
All right. So talked about the 2 objectives. Now let's talk about the 4 challenges that you have that are keeping you from becoming wealthy or completely changing your lifestyle. All right. The first thing that's stopping you is inflation. And we call that the silent income killer. Okay. Now, why do we call it the silent income killer? Basically, what it is the cost of living in goods is going up, but your paycheck is staying the same. Right. So how can you get ahead if everything is going up? Daycare is going up, healthcare is going up, everything is up, right? your milk went up because milk used to be a certain price, but now milk in certain places is about $4 to $5, right? The average is about $3 now. If you tack on sales tax, it's about $4 for milk, right? So it's some there's what was it? I was thinking about the other day, right? So let's say somebody who works a minimum wage job, right? They make anywhere from $7 to $8 or somewhere like that per hour. Those people, let's really think about it. If milk is $3 or $4, that means that someone who's, they gotta buy their milk, right? They gotta also get gas. They have to work 1 hour to buy a gallon of milk. Okay? If they make $7 an hour. Now, if most people need milk and they need gas for their car, right? So that means they have to work a whole nother hour to buy to get 1 gallon of gas. Now, I don't know any cars out there that fill up on 1 gallon of gas. Do y'all kind of get what I'm saying? No car out there. So really, they already lost, right? And that's what inflation is. Everything going up, but your paycheck is staying the same. And even like for me, right? I'm in the military, right? And we get a raise every year, right? It's nothing crazy, right? It's probably 1% sometimes, 2% here, and like it's nothing to get up all excited about, right? But everything, I'm grateful for everything, right? But here's the thing: if we get a 1% or 2% raise, but inflation is at 3%, we're really not making any money. You see what I mean? We're not making any money. What's going on, Dustin Pate? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Plus the cost of living.
Yeah. What's going on, Rashawn? What's going on, Travis Walker? Dustin Pate says, you got this. Definitely, brother. Roby Wade.
What's up, Dustin?
Over here.
What's up, Naeem?
See what else we got. All right. Get that dap up. What's going on, Monica? I didn't see you hop on here. Good to see you. All right, so
that's the smoothest market.
So we talked about, like I said, we talked about inflation, the silent income killer. Now we're going to talk about the biggest expense that you have, and that is taxes, you guys. Taxes. All right. Now let's get into taxes. Now let me just put the statistic out there. So the IRS states that, keyword there, the IRS states, Rakeem didn't state this, that there's 80% of people that are overpaying in taxes. All right. Now, how are you overpaying in taxes? Where is this coming from? So each and every one of you, maybe some of you on here don't get refunds, but at least 80 to 90% of people get a refund every year. If you're getting a refund back come April time, like taxes, that means that you're overpaying in taxes. That's basically what that means. So what we do first is we show you a strategy to put money back into your pocket. So instead of asking your boss, trying to use like a negotiation tactic with your boss, which is not guaranteed, they may just look at you and say, no, you're not getting a raise, or they may just try to fire you. You know what I mean? You don't have the choice in saying, oh, I want to give myself a pay raise. But once you get the education that we have, you have the ability to do so, right? I've seen people increase their paycheck from $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, all the way up to $1,200 back into their paycheck just by, applying the strategies that we have, right? But it's all about investing in yourself. You know what I mean? Like I see, a lot of people talking about, Nike, right? And, and I've seen some people talking about investing into their stock. Y'all notice I got a Nike shirt on right now. You know what I mean? But they're talking about that. But think about this for a minute. If right now Nike stock is $80 a share, right? Now, what if you can invest $35, right? Let's say you can invest $35 in yourself. And over time, that $35 compounds. And it's all the way into infinity. And you're just keeping the ROI just keeps increasing. You basically created your own stock. You invested 35 and kept increasing that 35 time and time and time again, versus if you invest into the Nike stock, right? It's going to take some time, right? It's not going to be just automatic. You may see some returns, but it's a whole lot better to invest into yourself. All right. So let's get back to taxes. So taxes take a third of your income, right? So basically, the reason people are really living paycheck to paycheck is because they're getting a ton of their taxes being taken out immediately, right? They're getting that taken directly out of your job, right? So let me talk a little bit about the W-4 form, because that's how you pay. That's how you're paying the government your taxes, and you're actually, like I said, you're overpaying. All right. So this is how it works. When you fill out the W-4 form, like when you first got your job, right? You got your job, you was excited, and you wasn't worried too much about all that paperwork. You just want to kind of get it out the way, and you just kind of skimmed over it and then fill the form out wrong, right? Like they said, the government says 80% of people fill this form out incorrectly. All right. So once you do that, here's what happens. Your employer pays every paycheck where you see those taxes being taken out, your employer pays the IRS, right? That's how they're paying the IRS. So here's the myth that I hear from a lot of people, right? They'll say, okay, well, if I adjust my W-4, I'm going, oh, here's the thing, right? This is where education comes in, right? This is where knowing what a sole proprietorship or becoming a home-based business owner can do for you. You're now able to, let me get that out the way. You're now able to write off your lifestyle, right? Your car and truck, your meal and your meal and entertainment, your utility, your cell phone, right? You're able to write off your lifestyle. Whereas if you were just working a job like a W-2 employee, you can't write off your lifestyle like that. Really, you can't write off your lifestyle at all, right? You just got to get taxed on things that you were going to pay anyway, versus being a business owner, you now get to write those things off, like your mortgage, right? You get to write off a percentage of your mortgage. You get to write off a percentage of your square footage in your home, right? It's a ton of things that you can use to lower your tax liability, right? Maybe some of you guys are investing right now. Maybe you got some stocks, you got some bonds, you got some ETFs, you got maybe some of you that are older, you may have annuities, right? It's a ton of things that you can invest in that are tax deferred and also tax deductible. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind. That's something that you want to be doing right now. Patrick L. Kuhn says hi from Utah. Jeremy
What's up, Patrick?
Jeremy says H Town. Well, that's good. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. Dustin Pate says, chilling, bro. I doubled my team today. That's what's up, brother. That's definitely what's up.
What's up, brother? Congrats on
Naeem
that.
says, people got to stop acting like inflation doesn't exist. Exactly, brother. Exactly. So, where was I? Just let me kind of catch myself here in my notes. So I was talking about taxes, and I was talking about the W-4, right? Now, the strategy that we show you, it's going to put money back into your pocket. Now, once you get the extra money, what happens most times is when people make more money, they basically rack up their expenses right along with the money that they made, right? Most people, they'll go out and get a new car, right? They'll just go out and start just spending their money. But what we teach you here is to use the extra money that you're getting, right, from that W-4 adjustment to now get rid of that debt, right? Because let me break down the concept. From January to April, you're working for free and you're actually working for the government, right? Most people don't know that. So I just want you to think about this. If a job said, we're going to hire you for 4 months, well, we're going to hire you, but for the first 4 months, we weren't going to pay you anything, would you still take that job? Leave that in the comments. Charkeisha Felton, what's going on? Good to see you on here. So most people, they wouldn't take that job. They were like, no, I'm not working for free for 4 months, but you're really already doing it because you're overpaying in taxes, right? Then from what is that, May to August, you work for the banks, because what happens is, let me give you a number example so it kind of makes sense. Let's say you make $50,000, right? Immediately you're going to get taxed at least $18,000, right? Then your $50,000 income up here just went to $32,000. Now, instead of living a $50,000 lifestyle, you live in a $32,000 lifestyle, so $32,000 net. But think about this. Everything that you went and applied for, they're using your $50,000 income, even though you're not making that, but that's what's being used. So this is how people lose. This is how you lose automatically. Jeremy Feliciano says people adjust their lifestyle to their income instead of adjusting their income to meet their lifestyle they want to live. Yes, people do that all the time, and that's actually the biggest mistake that people can make. You get the money, and then now you want to buy all this expensive stuff, or you just want to just be on this crazy buying spree. You know what I mean? And the key is to use that money and knock out that debt, right? And I'm just specifically talking about the strategy. One of my mentors once told me, get rid of your debt first, right? Get rid of that first. And really, and to be truthful, they stated to get rid of the debt at the same time while investing, right? So do it concurrently instead of I think it's concurrently. Yeah, do it concurrently. So once you get rid of your debt, I want you to think about how your lifestyle would be, how your lifestyle would change, how much more money you would have instead of, living check to check. Just think about, just really think about that. Like paint that picture in your mind. I don't have no more debt. I don't have to be giving my money to people, right? I'm getting more money back in my paycheck. So now I got more money to take trips if I really want to. Maybe you take your spouse out, right? Maybe I don't know what you want to do. You know exactly what it is that you want to do, but now you'll be able to actually get the money. You know what I mean? So, all right, so that's taxes. We got that out of the way. Now here's the other thing that's caused by taxes, debt. Okay, we talked about it a little bit, but if a first part of your income is being taken out, the first third is taxes. The second third is debt. And then that number, hold up, what's going on? It's kind of acting up. Hold up. What's going on, KJ Judd? Hold up, y'all. Can y'all still see me? Because my screen just.
What's up, KJ? Yeah, we can see you, bro.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, so what's going on, JR, J Rock? Good to see you on here, brother. All right, so let me just recap. So we talked about inflation. We talked about taxes. Taxes causes debt because what happens is you're already check to check. So now you're going to have to borrow. Remember, I was talking about 50 down to 32. And basically that's because you lost 18 in taxes. And then to get back up to 50, you want to borrow. Now, you're going to borrow 18, but you're going to pay back 24 because anything that the bank gives you, they're going to stack on interest on top of that. So this is why people can't pay things. This is why people struggle and live check to check every single month, right? I was talking to Rico, we did a couple lives on it, but, until a person really wants change, they're not going to change. People can see us do these lives multiple times, right? We can provide value and consistently, but until they want to change, it's just not going to happen for them. That's why most people don't take action. They have this fear that, it's like most things that, that are out there, right? Other deals, but it's really not. And like Rico says all the time, everybody in their grandma needs this business. Everybody in their grandma needs it, but they don't realize it yet. And that's why we continue to get on these lives and share this stuff with y'all, because there was a time I didn't know some of this education that I'm getting. You know what I mean? And seeing that I'm able to now get this education, that's why I'm so fired up about sharing it with you guys. That's why I'm so fired up. I'm passionate about it. I'm looking to help a lot of people. I literally haven't felt the way I felt, about this company, about the education that I'm receiving, right? Than I felt about any other company out there. And that's just hands down, right? So we talked about the first three. Now, the last one is big business, all right? Now, this is basically big business is where you make decisions. Right. So if you go, let's just kind of mark it out. All right. So January, the first, we're not going to get into it, but you got New Year's, right? Then February, you got Valentine's Day, right? I actually got this written down because I want this to like, so y'all to actually flow this out, all right? So let me tell, okay, so here we go. You got New Year's, you got MLK Day, you got Valentine's Day, you got St. Patrick's Day, you got Mother's Day, you got Memorial's Day, you got Father's Day, you got Independence Day, you got Labor's Day, Halloween, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, and in the same month, you got Brown Thursday, you got Black Friday, and then turn around on that Monday, you got Cyber Monday, and then guess what? What's the holiday that most Americans, pretty much people all around the world, participate in? Christmas. Now that's where most people spend a lot of money, right? So I want you to think about that. That happens every single month. You got something going on. You may have your sister's wedding or your friend's wedding or somebody's birthday, something that you have to keep participating in, right? Every single month. Now I want you to think about for the males on here watching. I want you to on what is that? Valentine's Day. I want you to just not get your wife anything. Just try to not get her anything, and I promise you, somebody else is gonna make sure she's feeling right. And that's hands down, because big business forces you. They force you to part away from your money. To part you away from your money. Another way that they do it is music. Right? When you watching these commercials, there's that music that you hear. There's a reason they're playing that tune, right? The colors. So, for example, yellow and red make you hungry. That's why McDonald's, you see the big yellow arch, and you see the red, right? Big business already understands that yellow and red make you hungry, even when you're not even really hungry. And I thought to myself, like, it's actually true, because there'll be times like I'll just be driving and I don't even be hungry, but I just stop by McDonald's anyway. You know, I haven't ate at McDonald's for a while, but we used to do that back in the days. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But they understand that. That's why they invest billions of dollars on your psychology, right? What else? The time of day for the commercial, right? So I think it's like they're like the drug commercials. So certain drug commercials come on at a certain time of the day, right? So it may say something, you may get a commercial, it says, "Are you tired?" Right? And it be right around the time that you're probably tired, right? So it's all about like timing, right? They understand how to get you to part away from your money. So let's recap them all. So you got inflation, you got taxes, you got debt, and you have big business. In other words, it's financial illiteracy. In other words, Pearl Meridian says, look at the old school picnic blankets. What's going on, Renzo Cali? Good to see you on here. Jeremy says, right. Shannon put a heart. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Jeremy says,
the Pearly.
What he says, after 11 drugs commercials. Exactly. It's like it's like it's on rerun at a certain time. All right. So, yeah. What is that? So we talked about the 4 things that are holding you back. Now let's talk about the solutions to your problems. All right. So I got my notes over here, so we just tracking it. All right. So we actually got a game plan for y'all on here, right? So like I said, make sure you sharing this out to some people. I'm about to go over the game plan with you guys. That way, once you decide to make a decision to get started and get this thing rocking, then we got a game plan for you. All right. And this is how you're gonna get your cash flow increase. And this is exactly the same thing I do. You know, the same thing I did, right? I never get on a live or a video or anything pretty much in life. I don't share it with people unless I've done it myself, right? And that's just me, hands down. So here we go, right? Soon as I got into the business, within the first 3 days, right? I actually did it the first day, but within the first 24 to 72 hours, we're going to have you go through the W-4 training strategy. All right. That right there is going to put an additional anywhere from like since I've seen up to 1,200, I'm going to say $100 to $1,200 back into your paycheck. All right. Boom. Now you got your cash flow. Right. Now we're going to take that cash flow, and whatever debt you got, we're going to snowball that all gone. We're just going to eliminate all the debt. So that way you got cash flow, you got rid of your debt, so you're not paying other people. Because when your money is going to other people, that's why you live paycheck to paycheck. Because most times when you get your paycheck, really, what is your paycheck for? Your paycheck is basically, you get it, but it's immediately going back out to all these creditors and people who are asking for their money, and they're taxing you on and they're throwing interest on you with that as well. What's going on, D. Paul? Good to see you on here. What's going on, Angelo Brooks? Good to see you on here. All right, so so we got your W-4 adjusted. We got the money back into your paycheck. We're now helping you get rid of the debt. Right now, you get to a point where, okay, you don't have any debt anymore. You get to that point. That's a real good feeling, I'm telling you. Right? You get to that point. By default, your credit is going to go up because you just eliminated all of that debt, right? By default. Now, I haven't even got to the point where, because we have a smart credit system, right, which is a do-it-yourself credit. It's not where you pay somebody and you have to send them your personal information and then they drag it out month after month after month and just make money off of you consistently. And I've seen it happen to people. I've seen people's information get taken away from them. Like people like get into these crazy situations when they send their information off to certain companies, right? I'm not saying it's all of them, but what I will say is they drag it out. They have to drag it out. You got to think about, what their business model is. It's strictly credit repair. So they have to make money somehow. You see what I mean? And so this is why they drag it out, right? And I don't want that to be you, right? Because if you have the education, right, you can teach your kids, right? Most of this information that I go over with my 6-year-old son, right? I go over with my 6-year-old son. I let him see it, so that way the cycle is just gonna keep going, right? And once my other son gets what's going on?
Subconscious.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So if you look at it this way, if you use those companies that do it for you, what did you really learn? You didn't learn anything, right? But if you do it yourself and somehow you just happen to get into another situation where your credit goes low, you now know how to fix it. You don't have to depend on somebody else and keep paying somebody else monthly. You know what to do, right? So that's the key. And just making sure you're educated on it. All right. So, but like I said, by default, your credit is going to go up because you eliminated your debt. Now you can make a decision to start investing, right, into things like stocks, bonds, like I was talking about, ETFs, and different investments that are tax deferred and tax deductible, right? At the same time, you can start working on fixing your credit, right? I've seen a bankruptcy removed. I've seen student loans removed, right? Now, keep in mind about the student loans, all of them can't be removed. Certain ones can be, all right? Because I get that question a lot, so I just want to kind of clarify it. What's going on, Angelo? Angelo says that's true. All right. So yeah.
Angelo, what's up, Ryan?
We've seen multiple different things deleted from people's credits, and I literally in our group, I saw somebody increase their credit score by 185 points. 185 points. Like, can you imagine if your credit increased by 185 points, what would you have? Just put it in the comments. Leave it in the comments for me. All right. So we gotten to the point where we're helping you get rid of your debt. You're working on your credit. Now we're going to start looking at things that what I like to call it, like your latte factor, right? Things that you buy daily. Some of us buy coffee 2 to 3 times a day, and trust me, I see it. They buy cigarette packs, multiple ones in a day, right? People go through that stuff, but they don't realize how that actually compounds, right? I don't know the actual price of a cigarettes or dip, because that's the thing that people do, especially in the Army. I don't know the price of it, but when you compound that stuff for an entire year and you're getting it every like 2 to 3, 4 times a week, it adds up, right? It adds up. So that's how we're going to show you how to minimize your expenses, so you're not, just constantly going through your money. That's going to also increase your paycheck as well, because you're not spending money on those things anymore. All right. So once you get to that point, right, you went from negative cash flow to positive cash flow. Now, at this point, we're going to start working on you an emergency fund. All right. You're going to be still investing and doing what you're doing, but the emergency fund, the first one, we want to get you to at least $3,000 in emergency fund. Basically, that emergency fund is, and you have access to that immediately if something happens, right? At least $3,000. That's not bad at all. All right. So after you get to your, concurrently, all this should be added up concurrently. All right. So your starting emergency fund, which is your small one, which is the 3,000. The next one is your 6 month worth of expenses, right? So just think about 6 months worth of expenses. So you now got that, going. You got your true emergency fund, which is going to be if something happened and you need it immediately. And then you have 1 full year of expenses. Now that's all this gonna take time, right? And I thought about this, right? It's all gonna take time, especially a year worth of expenses. Just imagine if something happens, right? Let's say you get fired and you have a year now to say, okay, I'm gonna make things happen. I'm not gonna change my finances. I'm just gonna make things go, right? Because I have a year worth of expenses saved up. Now keep in mind, yes, it will take a while to get that year going, but to get that first 3,000, that's definitely a step up. All right. So that's the game plan, right? That's the game plan. That's where we're trying to get you. We're trying to get you where you have more cash flow. You don't have any debt. You've lowered your expenses. You created your small emergency fund, your middle one, and then your year one, which is the biggest one that you have. So if anything ever does happen, immediately you have cash so you can get through, especially if you have a family. All right. So that's the game plan. Let's see what's in the comments. Pearl says IB at about 715 FICO. That's great. That's definitely great. And then what you could do from that point is you can go refinance. So if you got a vehicle, let's say for instance you had a vehicle, but when you finance that vehicle, you were at like a 620. When you go back, let's say you go back and now you got a 730 or a 715, you can now refinance and get lower payments, which also means that your paycheck is going to increase again because you're not paying that much on your car payment, right? It's so many different ways that you can go about it. Also, your car insurance, right? Your car insurance is affected by your credit as well. Like that's something that I found out kind of like just recently. Yep. I didn't necessarily know it really affected it. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. All right. So
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. I want to say something too, because I heard, I'm not quite sure how true it is, but I heard when you post well, this is first too. When you apply at a job, that affects your credit score too. I bet most people didn't know that. Every time you fill out your social security number, that affects your credit score. You guys can look this stuff up. This is facts. But I'm not sure about this part, but I heard that every time that you like post like something silly, like a fight video or something like inappropriate on Facebook, those jobs, they look something about like social media, like they look at that and they kind of like judge you based off of things like that. They kind of, analyze your credit score go down. I heard I'm still looking into that the authorization of that, but we'll find out. But I just want to encourage people not to post no silly stuff like that on social media, guys, because that stuff can really hurt your credit score as well. So just to take that into consideration when you guys apply for jobs, they definitely affect your credit score as well. They don't tell you that, but it's a soft inquiry. Yeah, brother.
All right, cool. So as far as the strategy session, I pretty much went through the entire strategy session. And I ended off with the game plan because I feel like, yeah, I've just given you all this information to help shift your mindset, right? Because you got to shift your mindset before you can shift your income. So immediately I wanted to go through that so that way you can see what's happening, right? What's keeping you back, right? I talked about the four things: inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. Those things are holding you back. So now that you know that, you can step in and you can say, okay, I know this is what's happening. Rakeem let me know, or Rico let me know. Now I need to figure out how do I get over that hump. So that's why I came with the game plan on how we're going to help you do that, right? And now you have the game plan, but now this is the point where you make a decision to say, okay, they've explained it to me, right? They're doing the research, right? They're getting the results. I should probably listen to these people. You know what I mean? And that's what I was always taught. If you should be looking for a mentor that has the results that you want. That way, you know, they have the results you want. So that way you're not following somebody who's not getting the results, right? Which is probably somebody, it's, what is it? What is it? Like the blind leading the blind, right? You don't want that whole aspect going. What's going on, Dalvin? Good to see you on here, brother. Um,
Well, nice point, bro.
They will stalk your social media to see what type of person you are and use that judgment. Yeah, definitely, for sure. What's going on, Simone Richardson? Good to see you on here. All right, so yeah, so like I said, we gave you the game plan, but it comes a time where you have to be willing to take action, right? You have to be willing to go forth and make it happen. Like I'm still thinking about that live that y'all did like a couple of nights ago, man. I was rolling, man. Like I was rolling, man, because it's true, man. And we could have been on there all night talking about stories, man. Like all night,
Yeah.
man. I was sitting there like when I was watching y'all, man, I was just like, yo, like they don't even know the amount of stories, man. Like
I heard it all, man. Heard it all.
Yep.
Heard it all.
Exactly. What's going on, Devontae?
See, and I'm glad you say that because, guys, think about this. 97% of people are broke for a reason. I think it's like 60% of people don't even have $500 in their bank or in their savings account. 80% of people don't even have a savings account. And 97% people don't even have an account at all. So that's crazy. That's crazy. I got to get the exact statistic. I got it written down. We were going through that the one day. That's number one. But secondly, think about this. 97% of people are financially literate and frustrated, and they die frustrated. From 0 to 15, you're pretty much, 0 to about 14, you're unemployed, right? Well, arguably 15, 18, well, to 65, you're working your damn tail off. Keep freezing up.
Me?
65, I already know when I'm freezing because people hit my inbox. 65, I want to say it, but till death, you're retired with a stupid little residual check that's coming in. So you're telling me you're old as dirt and you're just reaping and benefits and existing. You're not even really living. You're existing because you can only do so much at 60-some years old. So you're gonna waste all that time just to look forward to just barely living and existing with that little bit of check coming in every month? Are you kidding me? Listen, 97% of people live like that, and they fabricate it as if it's something to freaking brag about. I had a neighbor. She literally had the nerve to put some emphasis on that. She literally said to me, I'm going to retire at 50, and I can't wait. And then that way I'll get my pension at 50, and I'm looking to retire at that age. Wow. I said, hold on. You're looking forward to being half past your life. You're 50, you're considered half past your life. you consider lived half your life. You pretty much on the other side of the spectrum at 50. You're telling me you're looking forward to that? You're looking forward to getting old? Mind you, let me ask you guys if this makes sense. Looking at this type of individual didn't take a freaking no type of effort of action. As I'm analyzing this, she works at a serve. She works to serve as a restaurant. Kid Jermaine is funny. What's up, James? As a server at a restaurant, barely no time freedom. Always stressed out with barely making ends meet. She's in her 20 something. What's up, Don? Something 20 something years old. To adopt, if I didn't have a third eye, so to speak, and a entrepreneurial spirit, and if I were to adopt that mentality, I would literally end up like her. Does that make sense? Like, guys, I want you guys to really think about this. When you hear someone talking ridiculous things, they're not thinking. They're not thinking. So guess what? You know what the government and the school system does, the institution does? They think for them. Because they're not thinking at all. She had the nerve to brag and put emphasis on the fact that she's looking forward to retiring at fucking 50. Excuse my language, but mind you, she's seeing me making money. She's literally the witness to me making money online. What's up, Cole? You always look. I always think you Terry Crews, man. You look like Terry Crews from a distance in that. and I look the Terry looked like Jerry. The Terry looks like your first name anyway. So, guys, I really want you to analyze people when they say silly things. Why would you want to adopt that type of thinking, philosophy, attitude, and habit to end up just like them? It doesn't make sense. Why would you look forward to retiring at 50 when you can look forward to retiring at 20? Then you can have the time. You can travel the world. Why would you want to just live in one specific regional area of the whole planet when there's probably freaking thousands of other countries you haven't neither seen, touched, experienced? I mean, does that sound so limited? Why would you want to pretty much live and die in the same region? Don't you want to at least travel the world, at least experience different things? You might have a different vibration you don't even know it existed. You might even be in a different mental state that you never even knew existed at all. Some type of spiritual type, not anything crazy, but some type of uplifting, high vibrational, frequency that you never even been to before. Experienced before. Sometimes we got sickness and death in this country, and we probably got sickness and all kind of this, deficiencies that wouldn't even exist in a different, habitat because they have things that we don't. So you probably got an allergy that you probably wouldn't have in a different part of the world, or some type of disease you probably would have in the type of the world just from the oxygen alone. So just think about that. Keep an open mind. The world is like 87% oxygen. You might go to a place where it's 100%. You might just feel, breathe, think differently. So, there's people who take the holistic approach to things, and they say they have mental clarity. You know how sometimes you get tongue-tied and twisted and you forget something? Yeah. You know what that do to your diet? So health as well. Be open-minded. Don't listen to these freaking fools. What they did is not working. So I just wanted to make that statement to get away from those people. Get far away. Go. And close the door. Don't look back. Stay far away from those I can't catch a break people. Trust me. It's toxic. It's really a disease. It's cancer, and it's cancer.
Hey, since you was talking about like retirement, right? So right now, right, $1,300 a month is the average Social Security check that they're paying out right now.
Mm.
So I want you to think about this. If you can't live off $1,300 a month right now, what makes you think you're gonna be able to live off $1,300 a month when you retire? Just that's just like that's something that really hit people. Like if you can't live off that now, you're not gonna be able to live off that then, because guess what? Inflation doesn't stop. It goes up every single day. So by the time, I want you to think about for the young people, right? So some like people our age or even younger, by the time you get to that point in your life, it's gonna be less than $1,300 a month. Just think about that. Or it may not even be around by the time that happens, right? We it's not certain, right? We don't know if it's still gonna be here. So you got to start thinking about that stuff. You got to shift your mind so you can shift your income, right? When I started this online business stuff about 4 years ago, right? When I started it, there was almost a time where I've quit many times, right? But what I found myself doing is not quitting the online business in itself, right? But I was going to different businesses, multiple businesses, because I thought, oh, this had the secret, right? Oh no, this is the secret, right? And I was just moving and moving and moving. But one thing I never did is I never quit. I never quit on the online business because I knew it worked. And what made me realize that it worked was when I made my first sale, right? I still remember when I made my first sale, and that was back in 2014, right? That was when I made my first sale on the internet. What's going on, Justin J. Thunk? Good to see you on here, brother. But yeah, I made my first sale back then, and I was like, yo, I was saying, I'm not gonna show my reaction on here, but like I was screaming, like, cause I was like, yo, like I made some money on the internet. But now that I think about it, I was already making money on the internet, but I was gambling on the internet. You know what I mean? So I was already doing it, but now it was for myself, right? It wasn't just me gambling and it's basically a toss up in the air. It's me going after what it is that, I want, right? I want to create a life that a true life of freedom, right? Not where somebody's telling me when I can go to the bathroom, or, for most people, they get a 30-minute break. What is the 30-minute break? By the time you leave your job, right, to go get something to eat, it's already time to go back. It's already time to go back, right? So you really have to shift your mindset, guys. You really do. Until you shift your mindset, your income is not going to go up. It's not going to go up. You're going to continue to struggle. So when you see an opportunity that's going to give you, the ability to increase your paycheck, right? Get some more money back in your pocket so you can get rid of that debt that's killing you right now, right? There was a time, let me just share with y'all. There was a time where my debt was so ridiculous, like it was so ridiculous, about $40,000 in debt, right? There was a time that I had that. And I'm gonna tell you how that felt. Every single day I was just feeling like, oh my goodness, man, like oh my goodness, like what am I do? What am I gonna do? It's not a good feeling to be in that type of situation. So you gotta be able to take a risk. You have to be able to take that risk over and over and over again. Don't give up because the last opportunity, it turned out bad for you. Because I know people who's that's happened to multiple times. That's happened to me before, but I still didn't give up, right? I kept going, right? I kept investing in myself. I kept making it happen. You know what I mean? So you have to be willing to just go forth. Don't give up on yourself, right? Don't get into that mindset of, oh, I don't want to do this because in the past this happened. No, keep going. Because I didn't give up, right? I'm still here and I'm going to keep being here. Rico, he didn't give up, right? I think you were saying like you had a situation where you didn't get burnt, but the company went away. You know what I mean? That's happened to me multiple times. You know what I mean? So like I guess I'll let Rico touch on it. Let him touch on it a little bit more. You know what I mean?
For sure, definitely, that's for sure, man. I mean, I definitely went to a place where it was my first shot, and you know what? Like he said, man, Your willpower, your mental is everything, because if you're not strong-willed, some people say, I'm not strong-willed. You're more strong-willed. And listen, first of all, you're overthinking it. It's mind over matter. And I'm very mentally strong. Said, okay, look, okay, well, dust it off a little bit. Hey, all right, it's a little sweat. Crack your neck a little bit. All right, let's keep going. What's the big deal? All right, I lost that. I lost money. I didn't lose my time. I lost a little bit of time, but I got more time to get more money. So doesn't really matter. I can see if people lost a bunch of time. If you lost the amount of dollars that you lost time, I see that. But no, you're not. Losing a little bit of money, you're gonna get it back. So you got to be mentally into it and say, look, okay, well, just because that company didn't pan out doesn't mean there's not other things out there. It's just trillions of dollars to be made, and we're settling for pennies. Just think about that. There's 1,300 billionaires in this. 3,002. I think 2,800 billionaires in this world. Does that make any kind of rational sense? You got sickness, death, poverty, but you got 2,800 billionaires that exist. Billionaires. Do you guys understand that? That's more than $1 trillion circle. More than $1 trillion circle. So that's just uncanny. That's like a quadrillionaire dollar circle. That's facts. I can't even count that. I can't even count past quadrillion. So let's think about that. This is just, it's a game. Get out of this matrix. It's a hamster wheel. If you're going to be on that job, you think when you leave that job, it's going to keep giving you residual checks? I don't think so. You get off that job, that wheel is going to go, and it's going to, that's it. It's stopping. That's it. And then guess what? You tired. You burnt out. That wheel stopped. No more energy generating, aka money, and you stuck at square one. So I just want you really guys to really sit on that and think and sleep on that, and really think. Stop being so pessimistic, because we get tired of these. It's very interesting. I have people that are engaged all day on my post. And I know people that have a crazy following. Nowadays, if you haven't figured it out, if you have a following, the money comes with it automatically. I know an individual I told to take action. Never took action. Just waited around and did this, twiggle their thumbs, right? I said, well, first of all, I know a few people like that, but I say, hey, the whole time you waited around on the fence, I made $1,700, right? Well, a bunch of wells, what? I invested less than $50. While you waited on a fence, and then they always come back. They always do. It's like, stop making yourself look silly. I had an individual say to me today, this company is not working for me. These checks aren't cutting it. Well, would you think? I even warned this individual. I warned her. Listen, you have to have multiple streams of income. You have to have multiple streams. You have multiple bills. You need to have multiple streams. You have multiple liabilities. You need to have multiple assets. It's that simple. You went to school for math. Does that make sense? If you went to school for math, and that's the shit I don't like. Exactly. If you went to school for math, why wouldn't you be applying that that algebraic consensus? Why wouldn't you think that way? Why do you have a stack of bills for one job? And the majority of the world have a stack of bills for one job. So then you see other people who just kind of just flying by. You're like, how the hell are they just managing? How the hell they just got this big house, nice car? They're so happy. What do they know that I don't know? What are the rich people teaching their kids at a dinner table that the masses don't? So you got to say to yourself, okay, well, less expenditure, more impenditure. So unfortunately, people don't have that natural logic. I don't understand that part. I get it if it don't occur to you how to get it. But when someone's presenting something to you and you're constantly doing the same thing, you think you're gonna get a breakthrough through doing the same thing.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm just gonna go to college. Oh, that's cool, but college is not paying you now. And that job is just facilitating you to facilitate your bills. It's pretty much it's just pretty much letting you get by just to get by. It's just kind of like a little compliment. You know, you you got like a big you got a big dinner, but you got like some little hors d'oeuvres on this. You got a little extra side. You got a big steak meal, but you got a little piece of bread on the side to fill you up or to help you. You got a little thing of soup. Guys, you guys see that analogy? It's a game. They designed it to screw you. And you gotta think it's a joke. I'll tell you this much, just keep watching us. You're gonna be like, those guys, they were in their 20s. Don't be this guy, don't be this woman or person saying, them guys, Rico and Rakeem, they were right. I should listen to them. You don't want to be that person. I'm telling you, you don't want to be going to your nursing home or a hospital or your grave thinking shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's the worst feeling of regret. You don't. We're one of 1/4 of a sperm cell. What does that tell you? That means that you were here for a reason. And you giving up, don't come away with that giving up stuff. Because it's mentally draining. And I don't want those kind of people around me. So you need to simply take action amongst people around you that's really doing it, that's trying to make your life better. Because it's simple math, guys. You got a cell phone bill. I know I froze up. You got a car insurance bill. You got a lease. You got your rent. You got your cell phone bill. You got a Netflix bill. You got your college debt, or a mortgage. So you got about 7 different residual liabilities that's just going like this, taken out of your pocket. You might as well put a gun to your head. They might as well put a gun to your head and take it out, right? So you might as well just cut them a check. As soon as they put those hours in, you might as well cut them a check. Because guess what? You working your tail off is not paying. You working your tail off, the more you work, the more they take. That's how the government works. You guys think that's on accident? Come on. God, seriously, wake up, man. Wake up. You guys think that's on accident? The more you work, the more they take. So does that make righteous government?
Hold up. Yeah. So perfect example. So when you work overtime, right? Because a lot of people I know work overtime, and then you look at your paycheck and you like, oh crap, why they took all these taxes away from me, right? You remember we talked about taxes holding you back. So if you working to get more money, you're not working because you want them to take out more taxes. That's just the perfect example right there. That shows you that taxes eat you up like crazy, right? Especially when you overpaying in taxes and you didn't work overtime because you wanted more money. Now you getting less. Really, you getting more money, but it's getting taxed more, which is like it kind of blows my mind. It's just like one of them things.
It's a joke.
You go ahead, man.
Yep. No, I'm saying it's a joke. It's a game. I can't be on this much longer. I got an appointment to make, but it's. I love educating. I love being on this with my brother. I seen this guy's live. I'm like, man, that's just, man. Law of attraction works, man. When we had a high vibration, a high frequency, the world goes like this. Ding, 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 and then they bring you together. You just gravitate gravitate, and guess what? The masses are down here, and they're not at a higher vibration. They're not working. It's just like the atoms in the atmosphere. You got a bunch of atoms right now in the air that you can't even see, and those atoms are migrating together just to create, to create all the things, oxygen, carbon in the air, to keep us alive. It's just like that. So we're connecting the dots, like my brother here. We got the same thinking, the same mind, and we're just gravitated towards each other, to stay alive and to live proper life. So without that, you don't really have no solution. You don't have no heart pump. So this is the reason why you need assets around you. I'm an asset to my brother. He's an asset to me, and we help each other. So other than that, everybody else is a leech. Literally, your landlord is a leech. Your landlord, you don't give a crap about you, because guess what? Why isn't it based off of your income? You have some companies like that, but why isn't it based off your income? It's designed for you to work your tail off and die. So you need to outthink that, outthink the box, invest. And other than that, you're just going to be doing the same thing like everybody else. Oh, I got to go to my job. I hate it. I hate my life. So spread this word, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Please get this word out there, because they need to hear it. They need to know this stuff. We're doing all the work for you. Get into my econ. Get educated. Put money in you and your family's pocket. We're doing all the work for you. We pay for this knowledge, but we give it to you for free. We paid for it. So what does that tell you? We're not selfish people. We're selfless. So they need to hear this stuff. Get this word out, please. Share this and take action. Stop being so financially illiterate with less economic. You need economic power. So again, guys, I got a few appointments to get back to. Guys, you have no idea, man. I want to say one more thing. I'm literally living proof. You guys thought I expected to. I'm talking about a person that hate technology, because I'm a little old school. I'm a hands-on. But just like Toys R Us, you got to adapt. If you don't, you will be left behind. So I was thinking, how can I make this money? I got to adapt. We live in a technological society, so you have to capitalize off of what's real, what's working, and and what's relevant. You have to. So I actually ended up liking it, because it's actually deep psychology. Marketing is not really marketing. It's really not. It's deep psychology. So I had fun with it. And I said this on my last live. The people that have fun perform the highest. So, guys, get with this high vibration. Get with this. We're at a high frequency. We're just on a different mental level. We're just on a different mental level. Not our money, our mental. We're making money brainstorming. This is what we love doing. I love talking to this guy. He loves talking to me. We like to brainstorm. I like to pick his brain, vice versa, exchange knowledge. I love it. But you got the masses. What are they talking about? People, how much they hate their bills, turning up at the club, stripping, drugs. Rich people probably think that way too, but we don't sit there. We think about things that makes us go successful, and it's going to get us a little further. We're consciously trying to brainstorm different things, this brainstorming, and we monetize that. We monetize this, not our efforts, not our labor. And so I just want you guys to think about that. Stay away from these I can't catch a break people. Stay far away from them. All they're going to do is they're going to mentally, physically, and emotionally drain you. You need to know this stuff.
Victimhood.
Okay? Thanks, Jermaine. He said stay woke. Exactly. So I'm going to stay about 2 more minutes, and I got these appointments to get to, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for having me on here. I love you guys. And keep listening to this brother, man. He's very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. And yeah, man.
Cool. So like you said, we're going to pretty much wrap it up. What I will say is, for the people who did share this out, we truly appreciate it, because this definitely should be getting out to other people. Like I said, we truly do. Also, for anybody's watching this, that somebody else invited you here, maybe they told you you was gonna learn how to stop robbing Peter from Paul, stop living paycheck to paycheck, learn how to create investment portfolios and all that stuff. I want you to reach back out to the people who invited you to this live. All right. Reach back out to them, get started, take action, change your lifestyle. We're living proof. Living proof. In 1.5 months, like one month, in a month and a half, I increased my paycheck $600, eliminated $800 worth of debt, right? Which put me at 1,400 plus the money I made in the business, so $1,455, right? That is not being paid out to any creditors. It's staying right here every single month. And so that's what I want you to realize. We are living proof, especially my man Rico, man, because like you said, you're not working a job right now. You're not working a job. You see what I mean? So I know I can already know the mindset that you have, right? That every day you trying to make something happen, right? Because you're not working a job, right? So I can already understand the mindset, and people have to shift to that type of mindset. Like, okay, you should wake up every day and be like, okay, I don't have a job. Let me make something happen. That's just something, like, if you put that in your mind, eventually you're not gonna have a job, right? Eventually. And that's what I do. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, all right, I don't got a job. Let me just focus on building my business. Every single day I'm doing this. Every single day. But you have to be willing to do that. Like somebody just hit me up. Boom. MD Sabia, what's going on, brother? I see you just wrote me, so I'll reach out to you in a minute. Great to see you on the live. Wayne, what's going on, Wayne? It sounds good. Awesome. So, like I said, make sure you reach back out to the person that invited you to this. And then anybody here on my timeline, you know who to reach out to me. Just reach out to me. Let me know if you're ready to get started, right? We're not looking for tire kickers. We're looking for people who actually want to take action, and they don't have a problem investing $1.17 a day. Okay, $1.17 a day. If you've been working a job for at least 5 to 10 years, there shouldn't be a reason you don't have $1.17 a day. All right.
Yo, I want to say this. I've been doing this almost 2 years in November. 2 years to be November. Don't be the person in my inbox talking about, Rico, I should have listened to you. Don't be like, I'm going to join in 2 months for fucking $35. Listen, keep it 35. I don't want to work with people like that.
Oh, gosh, man. Yo, I was rolling, man. When you said that, I'm like, hold up, wait. Did he just say 2 months for $35? You know, that's bad, right? But somebody's like literally, man, no exaggeration, man. I reached out to somebody, right? Because I had the intriguing post, and so they commented. So I reached out to him, we're talking, and then literally he gets to the point he interested, and then he's like, oh yeah, man, give me 2 weeks. What? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? So you telling me, oh man, like I almost used the line that you said, I almost used the line that you said to the one guy about, like, so basically you choosing to spend more time away from your family, from your kids and your family. You know what I mean? But I didn't even really go there with it. I was like, all right, man, cool, man. Reach back out when you're ready to get started. You know what I mean? Because really, 2 weeks, but you finna get a pay raise anyway, but you gonna wait 2 weeks. Like I'm telling you, man, like it's like y'all say, man, it's like grown kids, man. Grown kids.
I had a guy, I mean, are they grown? I had a guy that said to me, Guys, you guys know I do another product, real quick, a travel company, which is not a business, it's just an asset. $47. Mentioned it to him months ago. He has a birthday. He never took action. So I mentioned to him about 2-3 times. He's a good friend of mine. Well, he has a birthday, and he booked a trip down Atlantic City. He says to me, "Oh man, I just spent $4,000, man. I can't. I'm gonna get my money. I gotta get my money's worth because I spent all this money." Mind you, the deal that I had would have saved him thousands. The next day, I seen him buying a bottle of Henny. Then comes back to me and says, "Oh, yo, you give me on that deal, man. I can cancel. I can still cancel it. I can still cancel that deal, man. I want to save some money." Guys, listen. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to embarrass yourself and do that. You're wasting your and my time. You're really wasting my time because I kind of can read it. I know how to read a person. I've heard it all. I've heard someone say, "I'm going to join you. I'm going to join you soon. Just next week, and then the week after that, and then the week after that." I'm like, why are you telling me? You just already described yourself. This is not a priority to pay yourself.
It's not. It's not.
You don't want to pay yourself.
It's not, man. Because that's why I don't like. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like when somebody say, especially when they say, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm not playing. I'm real serious, man. I'm gonna reach out to you when on Friday. I'm gonna reach out to you this day, right?" And so I'm like, cool. Because when you know what you got, like it doesn't matter to me because I know what I have, right? I have a freaking a gold mine, right? To help change a whole lot of people's lives. So for me, I'm not gonna sit there, I'm not gonna chase you, right? That's one thing. I'm not somebody who's gonna chase, right? You got a few chances with me, right? You literally got a few chances, maybe two, right? But after that, I'm not, unless you like on my email list, right? That's the only way you're gonna be getting consistent things going. You know what I mean? So like, no, ain't no chasing around here. Nah, not when I know what I got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
exactly. I mean, I heard it all. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't look like the fool in my inbox. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. I mean, what? It's ridiculous. What are you talking about? Fucking next month? Are you kidding me? You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to do anything but fill out a stupid form for the whole year. You ain't got to keep filling out a form. You adjust it one stinking time for the whole year and you get fucking paid. I'm sorry. But it's just, hey, look, I mean, God, look, you're making me dumber. I'm sorry. You're making me stupider. Don't tell me I get next month. I don't, at this point, once you say that, that already reflected how you think. Because you're cancer. I don't need cancer. Let me be around high vibrational people like my man here. Let me stay alive. I don't need your cancer. You're going to suck. You're gonna be a leech to me. You're gonna suck my energy dry. I don't need that. Because if that reflects the type of person you are. Because if you get on my team, that means you're gonna do one, two things: complain, you're gonna do nothing, you're gonna cancel. Why would I want a bunch of quitters? All a bunch of quitters on my team. I don't need that. I need, and I don't want to work with you because that is very draining. I don't need to adopt your philosophy and your habits. When your average income is you make the average income of the 5 people you hang around. This is facts. So the 5 people that you hang around, add up all the income of the 5 people that you hang around. That's how much money you make. So I want to be around people who are making it's not just about money, but it's the mental. Their income.
Hey, hit me up after this, man. I was talking. No, somebody just tried to call me on the thing.
Yeah. James said I ain't gonna lie. I had to actually wait 2 weeks. What I'm saying, okay, well, that's a little bit arguable. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna go anywhere, the 3 weeks is just a definition of your mental. Because guess what? You can get it if you really wanted to. You can really get it if you really, really wanted to. If you really want it in a day. Okay. I mean, when people see this comes back to law of attraction. When you help yourself, people help you. If you're not helping yourself, why would someone want to help you? If you're not helping yourself, why would someone want it more for you than you want for yourself? It's like Rakeem said, it starts here. So you're this far away. You're that far away. What's in here? So, like he said, adjust your mind. You know, it's all in your mindset. Change your mindset, change your income. And
oh shit! Hold up. I see it. Oh shit, man! Oh shit, man! That shit was funny, yo.
We got to come up with labels, man. We got to come up with the labels. Yo. You got the
Oh man, yo, that is crazy. I see it. I'm gonna stay there. Oh man, yo, I'm done, man.
You got the telescopers. We should call them telescopers or something. I don't know. I mean, we got the I mean, we should just categorize. I mean, we seen it. I mean, come on. I mean, I ain't even gonna put my boy out there like that no more. But I mean, the guy told me that he wasn't motivated to post.
Oh man, how motivated you gotta be to post? That's crazy.
Let me just say this to you guys so this is a resonate. This is a foreign guy. They say foreign people come here and outperform us because they faced real adversity. And I use this example all the time. They grow up out of the womb as a toddler with buckets, walking fucking miles, blisters all over their feet, scrapes, scabs, sore, beaten up and bony, just no skin in their bones. And they were appreciative to fucking travel to drink dirty fucking water. And you got these complaining, crying, ungrateful, unappreciative ass Americans, and it makes me fucking sick. We got a fucking water faucet 5 feet a fucking way, and you're telling me what you going through? No, everybody had a different life, but don't come to me like you're unfortunate, because every American here has something accessible for resources. Think about that. There are just some people that live in 4 countries that have to travel. Listen to this real clear. That's to travel miles for dirty water. You guys hear what I'm saying to you? Okay? We have fucking faucets 10 feet away, and we still complain. If we really needed water, we can live up to 21 days without food. But we can't live up to 21 days without water. We can go to any restaurant right now, and they will give us some water. So I don't want to hear your adversities compared to some foreign people. You have to step outside the box and make that little comparison. Okay? People like exactly, bro. Preach. People are so freaking ungrateful. They have no idea what they have in front of them, and we're spoiled fucking brats. And I won't deal with it because I talk to foreigners, and they come here and they outperform us, and they get a little job. They get a business. They don't get a job.
A business.
They don't get a job because they get it. They get it. Chinese restaurants, Indian restaurants, Arab restaurants, African restaurants. Their mental is not to come over here and work at fucking CVS, work at Walmart. How many Chinese people, Indian people, Arab people, African people you see working at those type of corporations?
It's the truth.
They get it.
It's the truth, man. Yeah, I heard something
So
about
don't
that,
tell
though.
me
I heard something about that, Pearl.
they get the refugee money though.
Yeah.
They do get the refugee. However, it's very easy to go back into debt. They make sure they stay afloat. Do you see what I'm saying? You can get capital all day. You can get a loan all day. We also get loans all day. We've been born with a fucking loan all day. I'm sorry, guys, cursing, but I get excited because it's an equivalent to a loan. We have more luxuries and more resources than the time we were born. Everybody had a different situation growing up. I didn't grow up the easiest, but we can go to at least a corner store and start nickel and dime depositing. They don't have that. Empty soda cans. Look at Spike Lee. In the 60s, there was damn near the Great Depression. And this, I don't know how this mosquito get here. There was damn near the Great Depression. He lived kind of near that era. Spike Lee, I have the utmost respect. I use him as an example because he started from nothing. He was able to make a couple $1 million in the 60s, scraping empty soda and bottles and soda cans for nickel deposits and crowdfunding. You see the will and the power and the hunger in that. He made himself a millionaire and made films. He made his first film in the 80s. So guys, you see the power in that, or the 70s, something like that. And he was hungry. So don't tell me that's a perfect person that knows how to take advantage of a situation without making excuses. He didn't have no money. He went straight to his base, the crowdfund, people around him. So if you really want $35 fucking dollars, don't give me that crap. It's all up here. I know people who pawn things. Like Jeff said, my shout out to Dalvin. Dalvin was telling me this. He was telling me how he pawned one of his items, and like that, he made a little profit. I know Jeff said he did the same thing. He pawned it, made a profit, got it back. It was almost like he never even did anything. It's all strategy.
Somebody,
Millionaires strategize.
so somebody literally sold their PS4 to get started in this business.
Hats off to him. Wherever you are, you got my honor, brother. That's a badge of honor right there.
So
that's dignity right there. That's dedication.
So
I wanted to leave you guys with that, that food for thought, man. Know what you have. Count your blessings. Stop being ungrateful Americans because it drives me freaking crazy, man. I know I sound harsh, but you guys just an extremist needs to talk to another extremist. I need to be an extremist at this point because you guys are ridiculous sometimes. Not you guys, but the people. Sometimes I heard it all. I really don't understand how it is they get money for being in another country, but yet we live in the country and we don't get extra shit. And definitely much ass. I can't answer all of it. You can't just be comfortable settling for what they allow you to have. Exactly. You got to be willing to take what they said, and you can. Pearl, I want you to think this way. Hear what you just said. They come over here. They may get a little incentive. They may get a little capital, but think about this. The people in China, you want to know how they live? They eat anything that crawls. They eat anything that pumps blood because they have no money. They eat fucking dogs and insects, and it's a market on that. It's literally an economy for fucking literally any. I can go forever, man. They eat and sell rats. However America works, whatever. But what I'm saying is, we had ahead of a jump start ahead of them. So that's what I'm saying. And they know how to capitalize off of something that they know how they recognize something when it's good. They realize something. When they have something when they have it, and they see the bigger picture. They stay in business. They don't. How many business foreign people go bankrupt? I know a business owner who's an Indian. He started off delivering Domino's pizza, and I know because I used to work there. His name was Kush. Guess what? Tons of restaurants, tons of hotels now. Because he went to real adversity. These people don't even have soap. We got soap. You can get soap from your fucking friend. I mean, not you, Pearl. But I mean, I've heard it all. Get your mind out of the daggone gutter. I mean, really. All right, yeah.
Let me see.
That's all I really had to say. Cause I can keep going, man.
I know, man. I know. So like we said, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. Like you said, we could go on and on and on, but we're gonna kill it for the night. Like I said, definitely get this out to more people. Even after it's over, share it out to some more people. I'm telling you, the more we get this message out, the more educated people become. The more people start taking action. The more people start seeing, hey, this stuff is working every single week or every day. Enrico case, right? Y'all see him on Facebook. He go live probably every day. That's just like what I do on YouTube. On YouTube, they see my face every day, right? After I get off here, this going up on YouTube, right? So it's basically monetizing what you have. And I see Rico every single day he going live, right? So get this out, share the message. People that's watching this that don't know who I am or know who Rico is, get back to the people who invited you, all right? So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and say peace, and I'm gonna hop off. And unless Rico got anything else, you good?
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to say, man, thanks. Appreciate me. Appreciate you having me on, man. Appreciate it, man, and I cherish every moment, man, because tomorrow's not promised. And if you guys don't know me, I like to get people thinking. That's my destiny. I like to get people to create that dendrite highway. You don't need to have a brain atrophy sitting a fucking powerful muscle in there that ain't doing nothing. Powerful organ in there ain't doing nothing. Use that. Use that little pink thing in there. I'm telling you, you're gonna go far. So I really like to, inspire people to really think. Use your mind. Use your mind. Your mind is very, 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 very powerful. We all possess that. So again, I mean, tomorrow's not promised. That's how I live. Cherish every moment with the good people. And good people are hard to come by these days. And shit, live it up and really grab the bull by the boar horn, man. I'm telling you, tomorrow is not promised. All right. So thank you guys for having me on here. We love you. You guys are always gonna see our face. In a few months, you're gonna be seeing us at the round table, popping champagne on some type of skyscraper. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, Jermaine. Appreciate you. You awesome too, bro.
Hey, I started using some of them. This like off topic, but I started using some of them the benefits. It's on our other deal, and yeah. Yeah,
that's dope, bro.
It's banging, man. It's good to have other things going as well, man. So, but we're gonna start talking. We're gonna start talking about that too. You know what I mean? Mostly we just been focused on my econ, but I'm about to start ramping that up because we about to start getting some traveling going. You know what I mean? So, other than that though, as I always say, I like to end off. It's not really a positive so much, but it's something to get you to get off your butt. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm gonna say. All right. If you're paying this much bills with this much money, then you're one slip up away from being homeless. All right. Now I know that's not as positive, but that's just something that's to get you off your butt and start going after your dreams. All right. So without further ado, we gonna hop off this thing and we will see you guys on the next live. All right. Peace.
See you guys. Peace.